Start of the game. The referee throws 5 frisbees. The other dogs haven't moved yet. This police dog named Wendy caught them all in one breath. In the second round, this dog has jumped over 7 bars. This is already the limit of the dog, but Wendy even volunteered to add 3 more, and he leapt easily without even touching a single hair. Wendy broke the record. After 2 rounds, Wendy locked up the first place. The third round of obstacle avoidance. This big woof named D. She overtook Wendy and came in first place. But our Wendy is a police dog. These obstacles are just a piece of cake for him. He completed the task with ease. But in the all-important 4th round, he encountered a strong opponent. The 4th round is a comprehensive race. In this final round, Wendy did not play by the rules. He stole the track from the other big woofers. He jumped over the obstacles. He met his rival, the husky. On the cutting platform, Wendy showed the majesty of a police dog, but the other side is a husky. He never loses a fight, never wins a fight, but unfortunately, a dog of unknown breed. Casey took advantage of the opportunity to pick up, overtook Wendy, so Wendy jumped up high, spinning in the air several times. Casey was still drilling the tunnel. Wendy has come to the end of the line. This is absolutely unprecedented for a dog. His behavior baffled the judges. After some discussion, the judges have made their decision. Wendy has won first place, but he is not the final champion. The championship will be fought in a few days, but Wendy didn't care about that. It turned out to be a dog walking competition like no other, and the prize for the winner was a panda. She came here to find the whereabouts of the panda, and this panda called Yuan not long ago. A group of smugglers from China to foreign countries. A panda can be sold for $10 million abroad. Police dog Wendy found a clue. There will be news of the panda here. Wendy returned to Detective Jack's side. He did his best to tell him, David is the smuggler. He's got the panda. But Jack doesn't understand dog language at all. This shows how important it is to learn a foreign language. Wendy even gestures with her paws. But before Jack could react, he was arrested by the dog squad. The officer said the dog had attacked a gentleman. He'll be held at the vicious dog control facility for 24 hours. Jack said, Wendy is a well-trained police dog. He couldn't just hurt someone. Jack then realized something big must have happened. He went back to the hotel and pulled the file. It turned out to be a big woof named D. His owner, David, had gotten mixed up with a smuggler, but the human, who didn't speak dog, just thought Wendy was going crazy. Looking at the enlightened Jack, Wendy's brother couldn't stop talking about Jack. You need to learn to speak dog. When the 24-hour sentence was up, Jack immediately picked up Wendy to work on the case. They decided to lure the snake out of the hole. The best way to do that was to let Wendy win the championship. Jack started training Wendy. Even the food was much better. And then they trained for silence. Jack also spent a lot of money. Wendy sprayed a lot of perfume worth a lot of money. The last and the most important training is to train Wendy's endurance. Whenever there is a competition of any size, the referee will check Wendy's private parts. This is how to judge the health of the woof. That's why Wendy had to overcome this problem. My best buddy told Wendy, dog shows are all about the heart. Soon the final showdown begins. The judges checked all of Wendy's indicators. Only Wendy's most unacceptable one remained. The judge lifted Wendy's tail. Wendy's mind went back to her brother's confession. You must enter the spirit world. Enter your fantasy playground. Wendy finally made it through after a lot of tests. The final results were announced. Casey was the overall winner of the Dog Invitational, which means David will go after Casey. What happens to a panda smuggler? Panda Yuan is trapped in a smuggling den, and here's Casey, who just won the competition, and a tiger. But foreigners still underestimate the intelligence of pandas. Yuan is a national treasure of China. He freed the tiger. The tiger is out of its cage and wants revenge. He found the culprit who held him captive. It's no fun to stun him just by looking at him. David in the plane sensed something was wrong. Today was the day of the box, but his men were late. While David was away, Jack, who had been lurking for a long time, came to the cage after releasing Casey, and then he picked up Yuan and slipped away. But Jack's whereabouts were discovered by David. Faced with David's robbery, Jack can only give Yuan to him. At the same time, the plane suddenly started, but inside is not the pilot but Wendy. The plane moves in the warehouse to stop David from boarding, and Jack took the opportunity to knock him to the ground. At this moment, the round cage but towards the spiral prize roll. At the critical moment, Jack threw out a rope. Wendy swooped out and grabbed the rope. A rescue of the round. A happy ending for all. But at that moment, the plane suddenly started. David actually took the dainty and ran away. But don't worry, Jack has reported to the police. They will search the whole country for David's traces. That's when Casey asked, "What happened to the tiger?" I'm afraid we'll have to ask David about that. Eventually, Yuan managed to return to China and reunite with his mother, and David, with the help of the tiger, successfully entered the police station.